where it's like you're always gonna have people that's gonna like put all these labels on you, but it's just like if you made that decision, I made that decision, so it's just like I said, I'm not the same person that I used to be. But like at the same time, like I'm still not where I want to be. But at the same time, it's like I know who I am now, and I'm just gonna keep walking within that direction. So basically, that's what the album is, just letting you guys like an insight on my journey.
Yeah. So before I start like breaking down each, because it's like a new thing I want to do with artists. Like I want a project they just brought out. I want to like break it down, each track to see like what's the story behind the track.
Okay.
But what inspired you to even do the album? Like what was your inspiration? Because I know artists they just y'all like to. Either you at the gym, you in your room somewhere, you driving. Like what inspired you?
To be honest, just writing the entire project itself. Some of the songs were pre-written a long time ago. I just didn't know where to put them. Some of the other songs, like they just came within a matter of weeks. Mainly my inspiration was just to ask God what message it was that He wanted me to give. Because at the end of the day, like, it's all about what's inside the music. Not so much the beat, but like the message that you're giving. So I just wanted to give something that I felt people needed to hear.
Yeah, because, you're an artist from Miami, and, we spoke about this before the podcast, and we were saying that, Miami is still the South. We still a part of that, what people call the Bible Belt. We have, not only that we have strip clubs and, like, all these club scenes and stuff, we have like churches on each corner, you know what I'm saying?
Everywhere.
And like, just like me, like you, like just me and you and everybody else, like down here, we was all raised in the church.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We was raised about faith, and what was that, one of the main inspirations of you even changing your direction?
That was one of my main, because it was just like, I could have went a different direction, but it was just like, I just had this encounter that it was just like, you know what, like, I don't care if I'm everybody's, like, favorite artist. It's just like, I just know what I'm doing, like, it's just to plant a seed and let just God do the rest. Like, I was very content with that, and I'm still content with that. So, like, that's just basically what made me change my direction. It was just my encounter, and it's just like, I can't really explain it. Something that you would have to, like, kind of just have to experience for yourself.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I ain't forget the 10 tracks, but, I've been through a point where, I kind of lost faith in it. Because I always tell people, like, if you haven't, like, at least doubted faith, to me, you haven't really got closer to God. Because it's like, it's like being in a relationship, with whether it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, best friend, husband, wife, even with your career. We all been through that. Where, we pretty much, like, okay, I didn't, I was going through a lot, I was in high school and stuff like that, so I like, damn, like, is this really, like, is he really real and stuff like that? It's like, is faith real,
Exactly.
So my mom and my aunt just told me one day, they was like, man, like, just, it was like a wake-up call, like, just think about where you at right now. You probably would have been in a different direction. They were talking about myself.
Yeah.
So I was like, I thought about it, and then, like, ever since then, I just started growing and growing and growing, and, as I got older, I haven't, been back to church. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to go, but I always tell people, like, I don't have to always go to church. I just sometimes I want to so I can hear the message. But, I pray every day. I always, like, I told myself I always learn, just to meditate, especially when stuff get hard, because whenever, like my mom said, whenever times get hard, you can go to one person, and that's God. You know what I'm saying? So,
exactly.
Let's get to the album, because this it's like a church right here. No Matter, track 1, was a dope to me. One of the dopest like intros in the album. You know what I'm saying? Especially for up and coming artists like yourself. What's the story behind it?
No matter actually is basically just. I feel like everybody kind of comes to a point in their life where you were just saying like they doubt.
Yeah.
They doubt God and like they even doubt themselves. So when I wrote it, it was basically like I wrote it with a different intention in the beginning, where it's basically just like, you know, we have this tendency where we always like to find blame, but we don't look for ourselves to hold ourselves accountable.
Yeah.
So we'll always go blame the next person. So basically, the song is it's a conversation between yourself and what I signify as my spirit, but other people will call it their conscience. So it's basically just a conversation between the two, and basically just like, you know, one part of yourself is basically going off on the other part because they're blaming everything that's happening in their life because of this and this and this, and then the other side of you is just like, no, like you're gonna sit down, you're gonna listen, and I'm gonna tell you straight. And like that's basically what it is. And then just the chorus of it all is just like God reminding you that no matter what it is that you've done, or no matter what it is that you think that you've done to see yourself as being unworthy, like you're not. Like He died for you, and you know you live because you know He has a purpose for you. And I felt like that was really important, because a lot of people have this tendency where like, oh, you know, like I've done so much bad stuff, like I can't, like God doesn't care about me, He doesn't want to know me, like I don't got no place or whatever, like or people like to say I'm going to hell anyway, like that's not true.
It's not true.
So like that, I feel like that was very important for me to share.
I feel like, you know, God, He, as we get older, He let us, you know, make mistakes, because, you know, we're not perfect, but He wants to see, He wants to see, you know, how we handle that challenge. You know, whether is we gonna let the challenge overtake us, or we gonna go against the challenge and just fight through what we going through and stuff like that. So that track, like it got that message. You know
that was one of my favorites.
Track 2, Love of My Life.
That one is a very like favorite amongst a lot of
that was dope.
A lot of my little fans, my little cousins especially, like they know every single word. They even did like a little dance routine for it. Love of My Life basically just signifies that within any relationship, like everybody's looking to be loved.
Yeah. No
matter if it's from your friends, a significant other, within your parents, like not a lot of people get to have the opportunity to have that love from a specific human being, but it's just a constant reminder that.
Sorry, we're closing the patio. Okay. You're more than welcome to sit inside, okay? Thank you.
Sorry about that, guys. They're trying to kick us out soon. But basically, it's just it's a constant reminder that you don't have to change who you are, and that basically that once you were born, you were already the love of somebody's life, and that love, you were the love of God's life the first second that you were born into this earth and before you was even conceived.
That's what's up. Because when you know, I know a lot of people when they heard. Mine's my bad. But I know like people probably had different. They probably thought you was talking about, you know, a significant other.
A lot of people do think that, and a lot of people ask me too. They're like, "Oh, is this about a specific person?" And it's just like, obviously, people are always going to interpret music the way that they feel. But my main thing was just to plant a seed within inside you. So it's just like, whatever way you interpret it, I know what way I wrote it. I'm not gonna tell you, no, you're wrong. Like, you know, it's just like, I can't tell you, oh, this is the wrong way to listen to music. Everybody has their own thoughts.
Yeah. So. And we move on to the third track, Tug of War.
Tug of War. Tug of War, basically, it just signifies the constant battle that I feel everybody faces. You can call it the constant battle between good and evil within inside yourself, or basically just between like you doing what you know is right and what you know that God doesn't want you to do. So it's basically just that that fight with inside yourself that you don't tell nobody about. And basically just the chorus of it all is just like, a lot of days people, you know, a lot of people close themselves out because nowadays people are fake. Like, they want to know about you so they can talk about you, not to help you. But it's just like, the way I saw that song was that God is different. He wants to know about you because he wants to make sure that you're good.
Yeah, because that was like another deep message, because it's true. Like, you know, especially the well, I say not the generation, but just the time that we live in. Like, you know, it's so much negativity, even within like our own, you know, families and friends and stuff like that. And we just try to, you know, get away from that, you know, negativity, and just, you know, try to bring in more, you know, positivity in our life. You know what I'm saying? So
That's very true. It was actually like, I wrote it, I had someone very like special in mind when I wrote it, so it was just like it came together. Yeah.
And who was that?
My brother.
Your brother? Okay, I thought.
No. No, it was my brother. My brother was like, we were going through a really rough time, so it was just like, you know, like, I wanted him to know that at the end of the day, like, it doesn't matter what people say. It's just like, the only person who can judge you is God, and it's just like, that's the one you should be worried about.
No, that's deep right there. That's deep right there. And I always like a brother-sister relationship is like one of a kind. You know what I'm saying? So I can relate to that. You know, like, you know, having older sisters and even having a younger sister. You know, just that bond. You know what I'm saying? That's just like one of the untouchables. You know what I'm saying? So
me, my brother, and my sister are like the three musketeers. Like, we're always together. Even though we have like a gap within our ages and stuff, like, it's just like we're each other's best friends.
So you the oldest or you the middle?
I'm the oldest.
You the oldest?
I'm the oldest. My brother's the second, and my sister's the baby.
Okay, so how old you is?
I'm 24. My brother's 22, and my sister's 18.
Okay.
So it's not that big of a gap, but it's like still, you know.
Still like you the oldest and stuff. You still gotta look out.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Track 4, we got Hallways.
That one was a really good song.
I like that song too.
That one I actually got to produce. Well, not produce, but actually record the song with my best friend. Which her name is Brittany.
Yeah, Brittany.
Basically, that song is just, it's a message that, you know, the saying that goes, when one door closes, another one opens.
Yeah.
So it's just basically the saying that, you know, even though like some things are not going your way, like until God opens another door, like continue to give him praise, because it's like that next door could be the door that takes you to where you didn't see yourself or where you thought you were going to be, but it's 10 times better.
Yeah.
So like that's what the whole message behind that song. That's actually like, it's one of my favorites too.
And like I said, like, you know, there's nothing wrong. I think with our generation, a lot of people are afraid of opportunity sometimes because of maybe the challenges. Maybe they want to, you know, stick to an environment that they're familiar with. But even I had to learn. I had to, you know, take a leap of faith.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm doing a podcast. Growing up, I never used to like to talk like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But for me, knowing so many people and having so many, you know, connections and stuff like that, you know, I remember people would come to me, you know, sometimes late at night just to talk and stuff about, you know, their situation. And I was just like, you know, one day I may be like the next Oprah. I should joke about it, but you know what I'm saying?
You don't know, like, you honestly don't know. And the way that I've learned is like, God is always gonna help you grow in unfamiliar territories.
Yeah.
So it's just like the fact that you said it, like, you never were a person to talk, and it's just like you don't notice it till later on, but like you're growing.
Yeah. So it's all about growth.
Exactly.
Track 5 got What Did I Ever Do?
What did I ever do? What did I ever do? Basically, just comes down to like me just basically looking around at my life and just asking God, like, what did I ever do to deserve, like, just everything, like another day of life, the blessings that he's given me, because it's just like, as human beings, we're not perfect. We're always going to fall short. But it's just like, he's not like us. So it's just like, he still blesses us, and like, it's just amazing, and it's just my way of showing him thanks, like, what did I ever do? But thank you.
Yeah, because, I mean, I feel like